Have you ever looked back on a week and thought, I didn't do anything wrong, but I also didn't move forward? You didn't binge, you didn't party, you just drifted, scrolled a little, procrastinated a bit, told yourself you'd start tomorrow. And that's the problem, because modern laziness doesn't look like lying in bed all day. It looks like being busy with everything except what matters. It's choosing comfort over courage, distraction over direction, and justification over action, and it's quietly stealing your future, one harmless delay at a time. Let's be clear, rest is sacred, recovery is necessary, but laziness? Laziness is avoiding responsibility while pretending you're just tired. So ask yourself this, when was the last time you did something hard, not because you felt like it, but because your future depended on it? If you can't remember, that's not a character flaw. It's a pattern you can break. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on how laziness disguises itself as normalcy, why your brain keeps choosing short-term ease over long-term freedom, and how to reset your mindset with one simple shift: action before motivation. We'll cover 1. The dangerous difference between rest and laziness. 2. How dopamine traps keep you stuck in loops of distraction. 3. A no-excuses reset to build momentum even when you don't feel ready. This isn't about shame, it's about awareness, because you weren't born to stay stuck, you were born to build. Now, before we go deeper, welcome, not the polished kind, the real kind. If you're watching this, it means part of you is tired of the cycle, tired of promising yourself change, then folding into Netflix by 8 p.m. That whisper inside you, it's not guilt, it's your potential knocking, and I'm glad you answered. If you want more honest conversations like this about discipline, clarity, and building a life that actually reflects your values, hit subscribe on Elevate Your Daily. We don't do fluff, we do truth that moves you to act. All right, let's talk about the quiet thief stealing your future. Part 1. Rest versus laziness. Know the difference. Rest renews you. Laziness drains you. Rest leaves you energized, centered, and ready to return to your mission. Laziness leaves you foggy, guilty, and further behind. But society has blurred the line. We call doom scrolling me time. We label avoidance self-care. We say, I need a break, when what we really mean is, I don't want to face the discomfort of starting. Real rest is intentional. It's a strategic pause, like a deep breath before a lift. You choose it, you limit it, you return stronger. Laziness is reactive. It's an escape hatch from effort. You fall into it, you lose track of time. You wake up wondering where the day went. Ask yourself, after my rest, do I feel restored or regretful? If it's the latter, you weren't resting, you were hiding. And hiding has a cost. Every day you avoid your responsibilities, your health, your finances, your growth, you send a message to your subconscious: my future isn't worth the effort. Over time, that belief becomes your reality. The fix starts with honesty. Call laziness what it is: a choice to prioritize comfort over contribution. Not evil, just costly. Then redefine rest. Make it deliberate, schedule it, protect it, but never let it become a crutch for inaction. Part 2. Dopamine traps. Why your brain chooses distraction. Your brain isn't wired for long-term success. It's wired for survival and instant relief. That's why scrolling feels easier than studying, why ordering takeout feels better than meal prepping, why watching someone else's success feels safer than building your own. These are dopamine traps, activities that give you a quick hit of pleasure with zero long-term payoff. Social media, binge watching, online shopping, mindless gaming, even excessive planning without doing. They feel harmless because they're legal, common, and socially accepted, but they're training your brain to crave ease and fear effort. Worse, they create a false sense of productivity. I researched for hours, but never started. I watched 5 business videos, but took no action. You feel like you're moving while staying perfectly still. And the more you feed these traps, the weaker your effort muscle becomes. Tasks that once took 20 minutes now feel overwhelming. Starting feels impossible, so you scroll again. It's a loop. Avoid discomfort, seek quick dopamine, feel temporary relief, feel worse later, avoid even more. Breaking it requires awareness and interruption. You don't need to quit everything cold turkey. You just need to create friction between impulse and action. Examples: delete social apps from your phone and use them only on desktop. Keep your phone in another room during work blocks. Set a 10-minute rule. If I want to scroll, I must first do 10 minutes of my priority task. Most won't do it. They'll say, "But I deserve to relax." Yes, you deserve rest, but you also deserve a future. And those two only coexist when you protect your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Part 3. The action-first mindset reset. Here's the secret no one tells you. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. You've been waiting to feel capable, to feel inspired, to feel confident, but those feelings come after you move, not before. Geniuses, creators, and high performers aren't special because they're motivated. They're special because they act before they feel like it. They know motion creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence fuels results. So instead of asking, "Do I feel like doing this?" they ask, "What's the smallest version of this I can do right now?" Don't feel like writing? Open the doc and write one sentence. Don't feel like working out? Put on your shoes and step outside. Don't feel like learning? Open the course and watch 1 minute. That's it. No pressure to finish. Just start. Because starting breaks the spell of inertia. It proves to your brain, "I'm still in control." And once you start, you often keep going. Not always, but often enough to compound. This is the core of the action-first mindset. Don't wait to feel capable. Act and become capable through the act. How to practice it today? Identify one thing you've been avoiding. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Do the absolute smallest version of it now. That's your reset. Not grand, not dramatic, just defiant. Because every great life is built on 1,000 tiny acts of "I did it anyway." Putting it all together, laziness isn't your enemy. It's a signal. It's your mind trying to protect you from discomfort, but protection without purpose becomes prison. You weren't meant to live in safety. You were meant to grow through challenge. So stop calling avoidance rest. Stop feeding dopamine traps that leave you emptier, and stop waiting for motivation to strike like lightning. Instead, own your choices. Interrupt the loops. Start before you're ready. Your future self isn't built in someday. They're built in the next 5 minutes when you choose action over ease. So tonight, ask yourself, what's one hard thing I've been avoiding that I'll do for 2 minutes tomorrow? Then do it. And if this hit home, if it felt less like criticism and more like a lifeline, do me a favor, hit subscribe on Elevate Your Daily. We're building a community of people who choose courage over comfort, one honest choice at a time. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to show up for yourself. Now, go prove to your future that you are serious.